Sharp Game here. This is part 2 of the mistakes that guys make with Japanese women. So I told you the mistakes that guys make in the first video. Now I'm going to tell you things that you should be doing, things that you should be aware of to actually turn the Japanese women on to you. And keep in mind that, believe it or not, being a foreigner in Japan, you have an advantage, especially if you're black. Believe it or not, there's other places outside of America that actually love black men. They're actually fascinated by black men. They're actually fascinated by foreigners, especially if you're black in Japan. Especially if you're like if you're a tall guy. If you're tall and you're living in Japan, you stick out from the rest of the guys. Because most people in Japan tend to be short. Most guys tend to be short. And being tall, women like tall guys just in general. But in Japan, they take it to the extreme. I don't know why that is, but that's just how it is. I haven't really figured it out. I'm a tall guy myself. I just rock with it. I just roll with it, So, I think a lot of Japanese girls, they kind of, they read a lot of romance novels and shit. And, they like, they're very romantic. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. Sometimes they take it too far, in my opinion. But they want to be the person. They want to be the woman in the romance novel. They want guys to, one day at least, if they get lucky, propose to them and get on their knees and ask them to get married. I don't know why that is, but a lot of Japanese girls, they want that. They love that romance and marriage proposal type deal. Because Japanese guys, they don't propose. They don't get down on their knees and ask the woman to get married to them. They don't do that shit. Because in Japanese culture, they don't show a lot of emotion. That's like an embarrassment to them. A lot of women don't even take compliments very well. So you gotta feel a woman out. You really. I'm not saying every woman's like this, but the majority, they don't really know how to take compliments very well. So they want that. They love that romance. So you have an advantage coming from America or the UK or somewhere else as a foreigner, because that's like their ideal way of action. That's the ideal way of getting married. So you have an advantage in that category. And another thing, when it comes to flirting with women, they like when guys flirt with them. But there's a key distinction, and you got to be very careful with this when it comes to flirting. Is it because some women, like I said, they aren't used to getting compliments. They aren't used to flirting, because Japanese guys don't flirt. They don't do any of that stuff in public. No affection. They don't talk like that. So if you're a foreigner and you flirt with a Japanese girl or make compliments, she could possibly take that as you're trying to make a pass at her, or you're hitting on her, and she could possibly try to come on to you. Now this has happened to me more than times than I can count. Now, when I was in Japan, I wasn't aware of it until after the fact. After the girl started coming on to me, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say because I got caught off guard. But this has happened to me in America as well, because my girl, she's Japanese, and one of her friends, she came to visit us, and she's a pretty cool girl. I like her and everything. I think she's a good person for my girl to be around. So she came. When she came, I showed her Southern hospitality. I made sure she was okay. If I'm going to the store, I say, hey, you want something from the store? I'll bring her something back if she wants something. Or when we go somewhere, like restaurant or something like that, I'll pay for her food. If I'm there, with them, her and my wife. So I take care of people if I like them. However, she didn't see it that way. She thought that I was being nice to her because I wanted to be with her sexually. Now, I forgot. I actually forgot about this, because I haven't been to Japan in such a long time. Because it's like when she came over, it was like 2015, and I've been away from Japan 7 years since I've been back to Japan. So I kind of forgot. But I never thought she would. I guess I was kind of naive to think that she would even take it there. But she made a pass at me, and I really kind of played it off. I didn't sleep with her. You make a long story short. But compliments are very powerful, and flirting is very powerful. So just be aware. That's all I'm going to say, because they take compliments very different than they do in America, or that's all I'm saying. Just be aware. And they like flowers. That's another thing. The Japanese women don't get flowers a lot, and especially like they do in America. And they don't get flowers at their jobs either, very often. And if you send a girl flowers at her job, they would take that. They would kind of be embarrassed, because that's the same. That's kind of that stuff doesn't happen to a lot of Japanese women. So if she get flowers at her job, her other coworkers would say, "Oh, that's so nice, blah blah blah. You're a lucky girl. Someone really likes you." She would like it if they didn't know about it. So she would take it. The idea of you sending her flowers would be good, nice. But since the coworkers seen it, she would be embarrassed. It's kind of weird dynamic that happened, but that's just how they see it. That's how they operate, But if you take a flowers to her directly and give it to her, it's all good, But I wouldn't send the flowers to her job. Don't do that. because you probably would embarrass her. You know, but it's good to give the flowers to her. They love that shit. They'll eat that shit up. And another thing, I don't know if you write letters or anything like that, but writing letters, they seem to eat that shit up too. It don't have to be anything long. Just, probably a half a page or a little less than that. Just like you would write letters, or just like you would write an email, for example. Stuff like that. They like that shit. They like, you can say what's on your mind, how you feel, and all that good shit. They like that shit. And being kind, that really turns them on. It might be hard for you to get rid of her. As a matter of fact, being kind, just like I told you, she might take that as, some women will take that, being kind to them, as you're warming them up because you wanna have sex with them. So it's just, they take that in any kind of way. Really, it's all in a good. It's all coming from a good place. But sometimes a lot of Japanese girls, they can become very aggressive if they like you, and kissing. They love to kiss. If they like you, they get to know you very well. They like to kiss because they know, especially if you're coming from North America or the UK anywhere. They look at television and they see a lot of kissing. And in Japan, like I said, the Japanese guys, there's no affection like that. They don't do a lot of kissing and all that stuff. That's like that's very rare. Very rare. It happens, but not as much as you would think, or not as much as you're used to. But you just have to feel the woman out that you're talking to. And they also like how you talk. Like for example, you can use a lot of wordplay. Like you can give her like a pen name. You can say, "Hey sunshine," "Hey baby," "Hey hun," "Hey sexy." They like the way we express ourselves with words, and they don't do that in Japan. It's very rare, very rare. I mean, most guys in Japan just don't talk like that, unless he's kind of an entertainer or something like that. Unless he listens to hip hop or hang around the entertainment industry. Most guys, they just don't talk like that. That's been my experience. But Japanese women, they like different ways of expression. They love that shit. Words in itself are is very powerful. And Japanese women, they take it to the next level. It really turns them on. And they're very emotional, just like any women, really. But some women around the world tend to be more emotional than others. And hey, that's fine. It's human nature. They can't help it. But it just depends on how they were raised and how they've been conditioned throughout the years. So these are the 10 things that turn women on. And I hope these 10 things help you out. So if you like what you heard, subscribe to my channel. Check out my blog at chooseyourrelationship.com. And if you want to work with me directly, click on the coaching session tab. Until next time, Sharp Game is out.